So I want to give you a few tips on increasing your employability. First of all, make sure that you take every opportunity to improve your English speaking and communication skills. You'll have a lot of opportunities on campus. Most of that means that you need to interact with other US students and learn the US language, right? Because that's the language that you'll be using out on the job. You want to make sure that you're engaging in extracurricular activities, build your resume. Those things are highly valued by employers on your resume. They value work experience, student engagement, and leadership experience, and volunteer work, believe it or not. All of that is highly valued by US employers, not just the GPA. It's more than just the GPA. It's more than the academics. You want to build a resume with a variety of different activities, and then also you build your confidence and your ability to do well during an interview. Every university has a career center. Make sure that you go and meet with the Career Center during your first semester. They're going to teach you all that you need to know in order to do your job search in the US. They'll help you make sure that you have the US resume style, which you're going to need in order to land those interviews. They'll help you with your job search, and they also will have career fairs that are specific to your discipline. So you can meet employers who come to the university, recruiters who are looking for students who are about to graduate, or students who want to get internships in the summer. You are eligible to do an internship in the summer and even during the semester after your first year. So they're there to help you to find those jobs. Okay, now I'm going to shift over to a short talk on health and safety in the United States. First and foremost, please make sure that you attend the international orientation that's on offer on your campus. This is a time when you will meet with people like myself, and we invite actually people to come and speak at orientation from the health center, from university police, and I have Dr. Alexander come and talk about academic success, all kinds of things. We have all kinds of talks, and we know exactly what you need to know in order to be happy, healthy, safe, and learning. And that's what those orientations are for. Absolutely worth your time. You will also meet all the other students who are new to campus, who are international students, and start building community. It is a beautiful opportunity not to be missed. And you know, the United States is very big, right? We're a huge country. We're very diverse, like India, right? And so, you know, I could sit here and tell you how to stay safe in your city where you're going, right? But it might be like someone from Pune telling someone in New Delhi what are the safe areas in town and what are less safe, right? You need to know exactly what the information is for the place where you're going. And so the people that do my job are there to teach you those things in your new home, away from home. So definitely go to that and you'll get a lot of great information. Right from the very beginning, it's a good idea to know your surroundings. All cities in the world do have their safe and unsafe areas, and we know that bad things happen all around the world, and they certainly happen in the United States. The buddy system is very important in the United States. It's very important that you know, especially in the beginning, before you know a new city, don't be walking around alone at night. You know, make sure that you have somebody with you. You go in groups until you understand where the safe areas are in town. Every single US university that I know of in the United States has a university police department right on campus. They're there to support you. They're there to help you. And also a health center. And usually that's free, where you can go and get seen for colds and simple things like that. You can get medications at a discount, and they can do checkups and all of those kinds of things for you. It's included in your fees. Make sure that you learn how to utilize these services, how to find them before you need them, right? Because whenever we need something, that's when it gets really stressful. So you want to understand, okay, how do I access these services? And you can figure that out in the very beginning during orientation or shortly thereafter. I put this in with health and safety because it is so important that we are all healthy, mind, body, and spirit. That all plays a role in our health and our safety. And so community is extremely important. You have your community here, and now you're going to a new place. And so one of the most important things that you can do to stay healthy and to be well is to find your community. Sometimes that community, part of your community will be other Indian students, other students from your culture and your background. But also you will have opportunities to interact with students who share your interests in all ways. Maybe you have certain interests in art or in a certain sport, or perhaps you love computer design or all kinds of things. The universities in the United States have student clubs and organizations and opportunities for you to connect with and find your people. You want to find your people, right? Find your new friends, people who will have your back. That's a good American expression for you. People who are there for you and will support you when you're having a difficult day, when you're confused, when you're homesick. And that's what they're there for, okay? Another thing that you may have heard about before in the past is that collaboration is quite different in the United States. And we do have team opportunities, we do have group work, but the United States highly values individual work and original work, okay? And so it's really important that you're very careful when collaborating with other students. And if you are ever confused and you don't know if it's okay to collaborate or not on a project, you ask your professor, and your professor will give you very strict guidelines. Usually they also will have that in the syllabus. They're very clear about when it's okay for you to share work with others and when it must be 100% individual. You do not want to find yourself in a situation where you are called into the student conduct office and are given a strict warning or even failing a class because you submitted something that was not your original work. And we have had students every single semester in that situation. It's very stressful. If you fail a class, you must take it again, and that is very expensive, it's time-consuming, and it can cause big problems, okay? So just make sure you inform yourself and you find out what those requirements are. So what does it take to be successful in the US system? It is different. It's actually quite a bit different in some very big ways. One of the things that we want to make sure that you start thinking about before you embark is that you don't have much time. If you're going for a master's degree, you're probably going to have a 2-year program. And so you need to hit the ground running. You want to get started as soon as possible, starting strong, doing well from the very beginning, and also identifying all of those things that you need to do in order to meet your goals by the time you leave. So you don't have a lot of time to get settled, right? You'll need to get settled and go through the transition and also at the same time get going. So the very first thing that you want to make sure that you're doing when you get to that university is you want to meet with your program coordinator for your master's degree program. You want to meet with them as soon as possible and start creating a course plan or map and start building a relationship with this person. This person is going to be there for you from the beginning until the end. And they are going to support you in making all of your dreams come true, making sure that the goals that you have are met, and also if you're having any academic difficulty, if you need to make any changes to your plan, that's the individual that you will work with. So that relationship is very important. You may have studied or learned in the past that in the United States, the power distance between professors, deans, advisors and such, and students, it's much smaller than it is in some other countries. And so believe it or not, you will be having personal relationships and getting to know people like your program coordinator, the college dean, and your professors quite well. And so building those relationships is very important, and that is what sets you up for success, probably more than anything else academically, is those relationships. Something that we have noticed is that students often don't ask for help until it's too late. Something has gone wrong, there's a big problem, and maybe for some reason they don't feel comfortable coming and asking for help. It's really important that the minute that you discover if you're struggling academically or having a difficult time, you don't understand the material, whatever the problem is, it's important that you ask for help immediately before it becomes a big problem, okay? And so that is what we are here to do. We are very, in the United States, we're very service-oriented at the university level, and we understand that our job is to support you. So sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to admit that we don't know something, right? It's okay to admit that you don't understand something and to ask for help, and that is a sign of strength. In our culture, that's a sign of strength. So please, don't miss that opportunity. Another thing that surprises some students from other countries is that it is expected that you attend class. And in fact, class attendance is often part of your grade. And what you're learning in the classroom is actually necessary in order for you to pass the class. So students will not pass the class if they're not attending class, period. That's how the US system works. And that starts from day one. So I encourage everyone here to make sure that you arrive early enough so that you can be ready and alert, jet lag is over, you're settled, so that you can get started from day one attending class and getting started. You'll have assignments, you'll have readings immediately.